Clever Games. I'm here at the Konami booth for E3 with Jaime, Bencia, producer for Zombie Apocalypse 2. And we're going to check out some gameplay, and you're going to give me the rundown on this brand new game that you guys just announced.
Absolutely. So Zombie Apocalypse 2, it's a sequel to the first Zombie Apocalypse, obviously. A lot of fans love that first one. You know, it's a twin-stick shooter, of course, where you're just annihilating zombies left and right, which is a lot of fun. But this time around, you know, one of the big things we want to do is incorporate more of a story, right? First time around, there wasn't much. It was just kind of killing. Now it's like, let's get the player involved in this world. Let's create a franchise out of this thing, right? So we made sure to not only kind of build up the story and make it fun and funny and lighthearted and tongue-in-cheek, we also made sure to kind of make it to where, you know, you have 4 characters that you can play with at all times. So in Zombie Apocalypse 1, one of the funnest parts of it was you getting with your buddies.
Yeah.
And you could play at the same time, but if you're by yourself, there wasn't really much you could do. It was just you by yourself, right? But this time we have all 4 players at the same time. The player can switch between each character on the fly. Every single character has their own special abilities, they have their own secondary weapons. Each one of them is upgradable, tons of story. I mean, there's a lot more to this one than the Zombie one, and we're actually really proud of it.
Fantastic. It sounds very exciting, so let's take a look at some gameplay.
So again, you know, story here is one of our motion comics. We're trying to kind of incorporate a bigger story, get these new characters, flesh them out, make them fun and interesting. You know, this character right here, her name is Alma. She's actually an engineer, very brilliant person. She's actually responsible for putting together many of the weaponries, many of the weapons you see throughout the game. So I'll actually go ahead and get into gameplay. And while it's loading real quick, there's a total of 10 levels. 5 worlds within these 10 levels, right? So what happens is the first portion of each of these worlds acts like a traveling world. So say, for example, you go from point A and point B, and while you're doing that, you're killing zombies along the way and saving survivors and all that good stuff. The second portion of the game is it's the arena. It's the arena from Zombie Apocalypse 1. So fans of Zombie Apocalypse 1 will appreciate that as well. And it has all the environmental hazards, it has all the death traps, all that kind of good stuff. So right here we see the 4-player gameplay. You know, again, you know, as I mentioned before, each character has a class to him. So, for example, the character I'm using right now, his name is Jeremy with the yellow ring beneath him. He's more of a tank character, right? So he has an SMG. Def Money, he's a little, you know, slower. He's actually a British rap artist, but just he happened to be stuck in this island. But he kind of has a cricket bat as well, so his own little individuality. Father Bill, he actually works as a healer. So one of his special abilities at some point is once he builds up, you know, and kills enough zombies, he can actually throw down a vial of holy water, which then creates a radius around you and heals you and heals your characters and your buddies. So this game, we try to make a little bit more strategic, right? The first one was just, you know, shooting and surviving. This one kind of adds a little bit more strategy, a little bit more where you have to keep track of how your other characters are doing. So one example I'll show you of some secondary weapons that these guys have. This character, Def Money, he actually brings around a jukebox or a boombox with him, and it'll play licensed music in the background, so zombies start dancing around.
Oh, that's awesome.
And of course, what would happen is you'd probably wait until there's tons of zombies so you can make the most advantage of it, right?
Right.
Then somebody like Jeremy, hopefully he has his special. Let's see. He does not. But he actually carries the teddy bear. So if you ever played Zombie 1, fans of Zombie 1, remember there's a teddy bear in the game. He starts talking with a really high voice. He's like, come squeeze me. But he actually explodes, and I'm not doing that voice again. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Like I said, really tongue-in-cheek. Now, as far as the type of zombies you're going to see, we're going to have a total of 20 different zombie types. All of them are going to be different. These are just the scramblers. So these guys really quick to kill, really easy to kill. Later on, you're going to see these giant brutes and different types that actually challenge you along the way. As far as online play, like I was saying before, it's a total of 4 players that can play online. But the cool part about it, and this is something that we did for X-Men as well, X-Men Arcade, was basically the idea that you can mix and match. So you can have 4 online players, or if you have 2 people at home on one box and you wanted to play with 2, you know, players online, you can do that as well. It's mix and match. It kind of helps that process.
Matchmaking.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely. By the way, this is one of the examples of a special ability, right? So, you know, once you kind of build up your meters and you kill enough zombies, you'll be able to do things like this. Like the engineer creates a turret that just starts annihilating everybody on screen. So the idea here is the more of these enemies you kill, obviously, the more money you get and the more you can upgrade everything.
So what platforms is this coming out on? XBLA and PSN?
Yes, both of those, XBLA and PSN, and it's going to be coming out this fall. We're hoping for October, but if not, definitely this fall.
Perfect time, October, right around Halloween.
Yes, actually, I think the Rapture is like October 21st now.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we're hoping, that week right there.
If you survive the Rapture, will you survive Zombie Apocalypse 2?
Absolutely.